And we are live. 111 show, episode 31. Yeah, man. We a little light with the castmates this week. It's looking like y'all get me and Jazz.
Dumb light, bro.
Yeah. It seemed like we've been on hiatus, bro. Between the y'all could have recorded when I was in Oregon.
No, we couldn't have. Yeah,
Uh,
okay. It's early, so let's get right into it, man. Because those of y'all who are loyal on the pod, listen to the last episode, know me and Melly bet 50 push-ups on the game, right? The Cowboys-Niners game. That game was so long ago, no one cares about it anymore. But let me get this out the way. We was about to record on Tuesday, and Melly like, nah, wait till I get back so you can do your push-ups.
Yeah.
And what had happened was Melly ain't get back till basically Thursday. And at that point, it's wraps.
I got back at 3 a.m. Thursday.
The way our schedules are lining up, Thursday, Friday, that's why we don't get a second show a week. Because those days are off limits. So, yeah, no, we couldn't have. But I owe you.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, since we lost, since then, it kind of put a damper on it, and y'all won, so you in good spirits. Kind of put a damper on it a little bit. It was a tough week of sports, bro.
Run it back. Look, that's how I feel right now after last night. Run it back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My boy Jordan Edwards.
What's good, Blazing?
Yeah, man. Showing up this week. Somebody got to come to work. But yeah, man. I'm putting out the Nike tour first on the channel. So be on the lookout for that. Myron gave me a tour. If y'all didn't know, Myron is a former VP at Nike. He's an engineer. He worked there for quite a while, and he gave me a tour around the Nike World Headquarters. It was dope, man. Seen a lot of things. All the buildings named after athletes. Some buildings got renamed, like the Lance Armstrong building, for because Lance was on that do it fluid.
That juice
to the gills. But yeah, so it was cool, man. The Tiger Woods Center was the Tiger Woods building was dope, man. Stanford boy, they got a tee box in front of his building that he could come hit at. It's the 18th hole of Pebble Beach. So that was dope, man. Also, I took a tour at Oregon football facilities, man. I got to see the equipment room, the weight room. I saw him practicing before Washington. They had the stadium sounds going. It was a dope experience. When Saturday rolled around, it wasn't so great, but
yeah.
Oregon
I was
gonna
say, did they practice well? Because they played well.
Yeah, I mean Monday they had the stadium sound going, bro. It was dope. So I got to actually see some of practice because I was in the weight room. So I was looking out onto the field and I could see them. They got 2 practice fields right next to each other, which I think was dope. I thought the weight room would be bigger though for a D1 school. I thought the weight room would be bigger.
Understandable.
But yeah, it looked like they're still doing expansions. They building a new indoor where the outdoor facility is. And I got to see all the old jerseys, all the Jordan Nike Oregon collab. I got to see the jerseys that they wearing this coming up week. And I went to the team store and spent a little bit of money. But Oregon was beautiful. Portland was beautiful. It was different, man. First time being out there. It was different, but it's beautiful. Yeah, CeeLo. PNW Melly. Yeah. Be on the lookout for them 2 videos, though. I got to edit. I gotta I gotta do some work. But yeah, man, what's been going on, dog? What's up with them boys? Big win last night.
Hey man, so we're just gonna get right into it, bro. So we might as well start college and then work our way to the league. Start with the Ducks, man. What happened? Dan Lanning, what happened? You had it. Talk to me. As an Oregon fan, talk to me.
Bitter rivals. The Washington Huskies, the team up north, man.
Them dogs.
Now, my analysis of the game, unfortunately, I couldn't give to the viewers beforehand. I believed we could get to Michael Penix. And now we didn't get to him as much as I thought we would, but we did get to Michael Penix a little bit to the point where we had him a little injured. And I thought we could out-physical him a little bit and control the rock by running the ball as well. which we did execute it. But the thing we did not execute in this Oregon-Washington game that was very, very pivotal and that everybody's chirping about is the fact that we got no fourth downs when they mattered the most. When they mattered the most. A couple of them on the goal line. And then one on your own 49-yard line with 2 minutes left on the clock. Heisman candidate quarterback, NFL caliber quarterback, NFL caliber receivers, and a backup corner on that said NFL prospect receiver.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was good defense, just better offense.
That's not, bro. My issue is not that they weren't converting a fourth down. My issue was the fact that they went for it anyway, right? Like you said, I just checked it out, right? I had to rewatch it, refresh, because I've seen a lot of football since then. They were on Washington's 47. 4th and 3, they go for it. And it was like less than a minute left, right? Like a minute 50 or less than 2 minutes left, I should say. Sorry. Like a minute 50 something, right? They don't get it. But the issue that I had with it is Michael Penix was literally holding his ribs after every throw, after every single play, the drive before, because he was getting beat up out there, getting beat on out there. And instead of making this guy drive the entire field, maybe pin him at worst, you pin him at the 20 and get a touchback, and he has to drive 80 yards, right? But no, we're going to give him the ball at the 50. He makes 2 passes, 2 dimes, 35, Jalen Pope, and then what, 23 to Adunze for a tutty? Come on now.
You let him off the hook. In that sense, the first half, I let that slide. I was okay with them not getting in before half with the fourth down. But let's talk about that last fourth down.
Yeah.
And my other issue with him going for it on that fourth down with less than 2 minutes, like you said. Bucky Irving did not get the ball. Now, here's a stat for you. Bucky Irving leads the FBS, all of Division I, in missed tackles. That means the first person usually almost guaranteed is not going to tackle him.
Yep.
It's usually the second or the third guy or a combination. But the first guy, and he did not get that carry. So I'm thinking, and he was on all day. He was the best player they had on offense at their disposal that day, and he didn't get the ball that play.
Agreed.
So at that point, why not go with your hottest hand? You know, Bo Nix was looking a little suspect at certain moments of the game. Troy Franklin had big catches, but he wasn't there the whole game. Bucky Irving was the most consistent thing they had on that offense. And on that fourth down, if you were going to go for it, I'm giving it to my best player at that moment, and that was Bucky Irving.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, they was getting to him earlier. He didn't want to move around. He's going to be a sitting duck back there with that rib injury or oblique down, whatever he had.
Yeah,
he's going to be a sitting duck. So let's say he can't move around as much as he wants to, because when you got, I don't know if you ever had a rib injury, but every time you breathe, every time you flex, every time you do anything, it hurts.
You feel it.
So you get some pressure on that man, make him move, get a sack maybe, make him waste a timeout, make him milk the clock. If you lose by a field goal or something, okay, but giving him a short field with the NFL probably going to be a first-round receiver, probably going to be a first-round quarterback.
While he's at home,
that's what I disagree with. Yes. That's my biggest issue. It was the last one.
Yeah.
Forget the kicker missing the kick. He was supposed to do his job. I mean, he on scholarship, but
I'm not going to kill the kicker there. It's a 43-yarder. That's not a given,
And another little small thing that probably not everybody caught because they probably cut it off as soon as the kick didn't make it. The downpour started as soon as they snapped the ball. So it was a wet ball to the holder. Hey, you on scholarship to kick the ball, you still ain't make it. I'm just saying.
Wet ball. Shout out Blazing. Wet ball in the building. Hey, I ain't know nothing about no wet ball because I most definitely cut it off right after that happened. I ran to the sports book to see how much money Washington made me, because somehow, some way, I had Washington money line and Oregon +3. These are different slips, right? But I accidentally put it on the same slip at one point, and that was just insane odds. So I mean, that game ended the best way it could for me, possibly, but it was entertaining. Battle out west, battle the Titans out west. Now, the Pac-12 race is a little bit different than it was at that moment because after that game, Caleb Williams proceeds to absolutely lay an egg against Notre Dame.
Was
You want
to
to talk
tune
about
of
that for a second?
3 interceptions,
3 picks,
3 picks. Notre
but they get
Dame,
beat by 24.
yeah, and you could see that Marcus Freeman. I know previous episodes you talked about Notre Dame not knowing how to win.
Yep.
Well, I think the defense took that personally. They must be listening
They lost by
because
28. Sorry.
all of that wheeling and dealing, running outside the pocket, running out of bounds, and trying to launch something to the receiver. The Irish wasn't going for it. The Leprechauns was not folding.
Nah.
So, and it was a rivalry game too. That was a cherry on top. You can
Yep.
see Marcus Freeman did not want to leave any doubt because when they got that, they cut. It was like 26. It was 24-6 at half, and
Yep.
I seen a smile on Caleb Williams' face, and I
Oh yeah.
seen a visibly upset Marcus Freeman. Well, somebody on the other hand is like, I'll get it back. I'll catch us back up. I'll get us out of this one, guys. And another dude like, I want to keep my foot on the gas and I want to choke him out right now. It should have
Mm-hmm.
been 31-0. I think Marcus Freeman wanted 31-0 at half. So I liked it. I like that I saw that out of the Irish, and we kind of saw the crack in the I was on West Coast time, so I saw
Yeah.
the chink in USC's armor at that Arizona game. It was
Okay.
3
Yep.
a.m.
Yep.
Eastern time. It was midnight over on the West Coast. So I'm
Yep.
sitting up watching USC. I'm like, they don't look that good. And we saw it too in the Colorado game. It was like, they got on Colorado early, but
And then stalled out for a good minute.
and they stalled out.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this was a team that actually had the capability. You know, we always said the Holy Trinity: quarterback, coach,
Program.
program was in full effect on USC ass. Like
Absolutely.
it came out there bullshitting, and Notre Dame stood on business.
Because what happened was Notre Dame won the coach battle because Marcus Freeman, defensive mastermind, Caleb Williams somehow. I've never seen Caleb look that human in my life. Never seen him look that bad. The quarterback battle was a stalemate, even whatever. I mean, from the simple standpoint that Sam Hartman didn't give the ball away 3 times, 4 times is a plus in his category. And then you just talk about the program, right? Notre Dame was one of the top defenses in the country before that loss to Ohio State. And they happened to lose to Louisville too. So now you got a 2-loss Notre Dame team coming in here that knows they're better than their record. That is a dangerous team because they know they can't play for the playoffs no more, but they know they're better than their record. So what they're going to do, they're going to come play spoiler. And they're going to ruin your season if you're not ready. And the program came through, and them boys were ready to go.
And I like that out of them, bro, because we knew that defense was there because they held Ohio State down, and we seen Ohio State exploding on everybody. Pause. And these
No, it's
next,
true.
like Marvin Harrison and his little there was sus on the quarterback, but now it's looking like they all right because him and Marvin Harrison hooking up just fine.
I know.
Doing numbers, but yeah, man, tough losses, bro. But the defense prevailed. Notre Dame prevailed. USC looking regular, and Oregon is now 9th in the nation.
Yes, sir.
We ain't
Tough.
fall, we ain't dipped too far, just one spot. So everything's still in front of everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I got one more game to go over real quick. Actually, I'm going to slide right into it.
Is it Colorado?
No, touch Colorado first. Let's go.
Boy, oh boy. Talk about late games.
Friday night, right?
Yeah, it was 29-0. I went to bed. And then I
was
woke up
watching this at
to
the bar.
I was sitting on the couch. I'm like 29-0. I'm like, it's gonna be an early night for me. I ain't got a barn burner again with Colorado. I can get some sleep.
Yeah.
I wake up, I see the score. Ehrlich Ailmaner
Yeah,
like almost went for 300 yards in the second half. Boy, oh boy, he was on my slip, but he wasn't on my slip for that much.
nah.
He made Travis Hunter look regular. He made everybody on that defense look regular. Shador Sanders on doing NIL deals at halftime.
Yo, they were actually attacking Travis pretty early. I don't know if that was just part of the game plan or if that just happened to be his best read, but I saw them going deep at Travis,
No, they went
and
at him.
yeah, they was going at him, bro. And it's like, all right, you got a target on your back. This is the thing with Colorado we got to see, right? We have to see them start playing more sound football because all eyes are on you still, regardless of your record. Everybody's still gonna tap in and see what Dion and Colorado and the Buffs doing, right? What we need them to do is not do what they just did here, not play around with Colorado State, not mess around with Arizona State. You know what I mean? Like, I need them to be up 29-0, or you win that game 56-10, right? I mean, what?
Everything can't be a shootout. Everything can't be triple overtime. That's like,
Yeah,
and this goes back to again learning how to win.
complacency, yes.
And this is what I talked about before the year was chemistry, and is these guys gonna play together when it matters most.
Yep,
And when Stanford, you know what I'm saying, and we seen Shador Sanders miss a pass. When
yeah,
Stanford, they kept sustaining drives. They wasn't getting points, but they sustained drive. They put number 8 in for a little QB powered, get a quick first down, sustain drives, wouldn't get points. They come back at half. They finally break a play. And it popped all the air out of Colorado balloon, so it seemed. And then I'm like, tighten up. Who gonna step up? Who is the leader? Who's the leader on the defense? Who gonna say something? Who gonna do something to get these guys like settled down? Dion can't always be the guy. The players got
that's
to
what I'm
step in.
saying. Like, that is part of culture too, right? Like, this is what we talked about in the preseason. Going through these battles together, knowing who's the guy to lean on to get us up out of here, who's going to be the Ed Reed at Miami to talk to the whole team, talk to the defense. I don't care how bad I hurt. I'm out here. I'm balling. We going for it, right? I can't understand how a team that has one of the best offenses in the country, right? Look at the numbers Colorado is putting up. I mean, USC is the same exact thing. Like, how do we end up every single time watching them struggle down the stretch, going cold for long periods of time, and then they all of them a sudden they try to turn it back on, and their defense has given up 50 points. It's like, bro, you can't just run four verts and run Texas all day, right? It's either a drag with a Weaver, right? Like, they're gonna box this up at some point. I already know what D out of them running, bro. And it's like the same thing happens with Caleb Williams when those screens ain't going for 40 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get why they don't invest in the run game more. I really think that's the biggest issue. And if you have a run game, you don't let somebody come back from 30. You
Well,
know,
here's the thing though. Usually with old linemen, you'll see they're a little bit better at run blocking than they is pass blocking. And they still
especially
can't
young ones. Yes.
really protect them either. But some of the time, Shador is also holding on to the ball for quite a while. So I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, sometimes you gotta throw the ball away, man. And looking at the last play of the game where he got a receiver in the end zone and it was third down, you would have had a fourth down. Just live to fight another down. I feel
Yep.
like he buying into this hero role, and Dion said it in his post game that they smelling themselves a little bit. And it ain't nothing wrong with confidence and irrational confidence, but you still gotta produce. Like,
Yeah.
don't be don't pretend to be the guy when you know what I'm saying. Don't pretend to be the guy. Just be the guy. You was being the guy beforehand. Just be the
Yep.
guy. You don't got to lean into the character. You don't
Facts.
got to lean into the character. You know what I'm saying? Just be the guy. You can still do your thing. You can still
Facts.
hold the wrist up. You can still do your NIL thing, but you got to play quarterback first.
Yep.
You got to play quarterback first, and that's what you're great at. And then you get to do all of that stuff. Then you get to be Brady mode.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to produce first.
And they gotta stop leaning on him to produce so much and protect him with a run game. That's my last points on Colorado.
Yeah, run the damn ball. But I digress. A lot of blowouts. Michigan beat the Dogs out of Indiana.
Yeah, that wasn't even fun, yo.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
It was bombs away. I mean, we started off really slow. Indiana scored first.
Yeah,
They had a double pass on us, and I see that spread start moving. I'm like, oh yeah, double down right now. Michigan didn't look back. I just gotta talk about it real quick. The run game has still not quite been what I want it to be. As a greedy Michigan fan, it still ain't really what I expected it to be this year, particularly with Donovan Edwards. But
I'm glad you're saying that.
JJ's better, dude. I'm telling you, JJ is better. I believe this receiving core is better and deeper, and we're ready, right? Like Penn State is playing Ohio State this week. That is the biggest battle in the Big Ten so far this year. But whoever comes out of that game gonna have to see Michigan, and I really think initially I thought Penn State would give us more trouble than Ohio State. But I don't know because I feel like Ohio State's defense might actually be a little bit better right now than Penn State's defense. I really do believe that.
I don't know. I feel like
if you got a good defense, you can beat Michigan right now, bro, because they're not running the ball that well. I promise you.
I feel like it's really Donovan. Like it's Donovan Edwards, and this is I hate to repeat myself, but just be the guy. Just be the guy. Like at the beginning of the year, talking about best running back duo in the nation. I'm like, that's not what you dub yourself.
Yeah.
You let the stats and the work you do dictate that for you. You don't go out and say we the best duo in the nation. You could say you have all rights to say, you know what I'm saying, you this, you that, but when you ain't really backing it up right now. I'm not seeing the best duo in the nation right now. Not saying they can't be, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. Quorum is still doing his thing. I'm still liking what I'm seeing out of Quorum. This he look like he getting in mode. He's like he getting in mode right now. He coming off a little knee injury.
Real quick, yeah. Shout out to Quorum because he just passed Mike Hart and I believe Denard Robinson too. For I think he's third on the list now in touchdowns in a career at Michigan. Mike Hart is his RB's coach, so I know that was a big moment between them two. Even though Mike Hart still got like almost 2,000 more yards. Mike Hart had 5,000 yards, bro.
How many carries?
That yeah, that's the real question. Mike Hart was getting a good 42 carries a game. Yeah, a game. Pound the field era. Lloyd Carr. Anyway, yeah, shout out to Blake for that though.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Blake. I want to see Donovan Edwards step it up. You know what I'm saying, in that run game, because he's supposed to be the home run hitter. Maybe he's just waiting for Ohio State.
Well, I mean, Sharon Moore is trying to help him out a bit by getting him involved in the pass game, and he's really been more of our receiving threat. But like, I need to see him run the ball better too.
Yeah, I want to see you run the ball first and foremost. But he is shifty out that backfield though. When you get him the ball, he needs space. He needs some space. They need to switch the concepts up a little bit. Yeah, he need like a gnat booty hole worth of daylight.
Chill.
Are we still talking college ball, or we gonna go?
Yeah, let me get one more thing off, bro, because this narrative. I mean, it's not a narrative, but this point has to be made. Shout out Tez Walker, man, North Carolina receiver. Ooh. The NCAA tried to hold him all year. They denied his transfer 4 or 5 times.
Oh yeah.
He transferred from Kent State because Sean Lewis took the OC job at Colorado with Deion. So Tez slides back home where he's from in North Carolina, and the NCAA, if you don't know, just kept denying it because it's his second transfer. And he finally got released by the NCAA. And last week he played his first game, but he just had his first start this past weekend against Miami under the lights. Big game. What did he do, Melly? 6 of them things, 132 yards, 3 tutties, 2 carries for 20 yards, like all over the field, just making plays, bro. So I know it's been a long road for Tez Walker. Whole family out there in North Carolina waiting to see him play. And the big man tried to hold him back, but shout out. Hey, you get your opportunity, you make the most of it. Drake May and Tez, bro. That's about to be a dangerous duo. They might do something down there at ACC.
Yeah, let's slide back out to Eugene before we hit the pros. Let's slide back out to Eugene and give my helmet sticker to my boy Bucky Irving. Like I said, he was the best player on that offense on Saturday. 22 carries, 127 yards, 5.8 yards a carry, 1 tud, 6 receptions, 34 yards. A dog. And he's leading the nation in broken tackles. Don't sleep on him. He's gonna be a Sunday guy. Wherever you go, I hope we can get him in the Bay. But wherever he go,
Greedy, just greedy.
wherever you go, he's gonna be great. And he's an NFL. He fits the mold of an NFL back to me, running the ball and catching the ball. He's not the biggest guy on the field, but he kind of he got that Kenneth Walker-esque acceleration.
He got a little Tony Pollard to him too.
Yeah, make you miss. You hit him on contact, but he'll make you fall off him and get 5 more, wiggle up out of that. So I want to see number 0, Bucky Irving, get that young helmet sticker, man. Bounce back against Washington State. But yeah, dog. What's good?
That's all I got for college. Let's talk about the league, man.
Let's talk about the Shield.
What's the first story that pops out to you from this past weekend? League-wise. Mine is probably it's got to be out of New York, right?
It's a tie. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little bit of a tie, but the biggest one is the one in New York.
But there's 2 in New York. But there's really only 1.5, right? So those of you who are here already know what we're talking about. The Jets knock off Philly, and it was the biggest upset of the week. Biggest, I feel like, nope, never mind. That's a Brown stat. Sorry. Yeah, but Jalen Hurts throws 3 picks. I mean, they had a chance to go down, march down, win the game. Nope. Jalen Hurts throws a pick, and then Breece Hall gets into the end zone, and basically ices the game. Philly, I told Caleb on a Sunday morning ride home, bro. Me and Caleb on the highway in the Tessie, just cruising. And I'm like, something feels off about Philly. I don't quite know what it is, but I don't want to mess with them from a betting standpoint. Like, I don't know what they on, but yet, what do? We say, okay, I'll just ignore the points. I'll put them in there for the money line because they're not going to lose, right? Without Sauce Gardner, the Jets without Sauce Gardner, they're not going to lose, right? Nope, they do. It's the league, man. What you got on it, bro?
Here's what I'll say from watching a lot of Eagles games this year. They come out flat. They have these spurts, but last year the go-to bet was Eagles first
half money line. Jalen Hurts anytime Tutty parlayed.
It would, you know what I'm saying? It's like a Big Mac and fries. Like
hit 12 weeks in a row. Come on now.
That was easy cheese. But to move on, bro, I think he misses Shane Steichen. I think Jalen Hurts misses Shane Steichen, even though he has switched coordinators over and over again. I don't feel like this is a match made in heaven and what he got right now. And Shane Steichen utilized him and made him feel the most comfortable. So that's my synopsis of what's going on. And we know the Jets defense is that.
Yes.
They were saying Aaron Rodgers was going to help them in crucial moments where maybe it might be a 1-score or 2-score game to get them over the top and get them into the playoffs. I didn't think that was going to be like, AFC East winners, but there's going to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
But now with Zach Wilson at the helm, the first couple of weeks with Zach Wilson to talk about the Jets, he was not prepared as a starter to step into the role he was in. He looked like a deer. He looked like a deer in the headlights. He looked like a guy who was going to take a redshirt year.
Yep.
And in the weeks going on. You know, he looked a little bit more confident. They played what was the game they played where he said they cost him the game? It was a primetime game.
Oh, that was the Chiefs, bro.
It was the Chiefs. It was the
Niggas
Chiefs.
love to take blame when they know they played 5.
Yeah. He played good. He played good,
Yeah.
bro. Like I'm like, okay, he looked like he prepared. He looked comfortable. He hitting his throws. You know, he sidearms leaning it. You know, like
Yeah.
he looking like a first rounder. But and then he come out. He just managing the game. He not losing them the game. He managing the game and letting that defense do the work for him. That defense was for real. The the Williams bros. You know what I'm saying? Quincy and Quentin. Ain't that their names?
Well, this is the thing though. Aaron Rodgers was going to do the same thing. He just was going to make it look better.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was going to let this defense lead them to the chip, but he was going to be more efficient offensively, you know. But I think Zach realizes that now, right? You come in, you're drafted as a second overall guy. You think you're supposed to be a superstar, but the Jets didn't need him to be a superstar. They needed him to be a game manager, and he is taking years to happen, but he's just now understanding it, right? You got the keys. Game. Just don't lose the game. You got the keys to a Ferrari. You don't got to go 150. You know what I mean? Like, just take care of it, bring it back home, make sure my rims clean, and we good.
Hey, you got access to Gordon Ramsay kitchen. We ain't ask you to make a Wellington. You are welcome. You are welcome to a grilled cheese, peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. But I think he accepting that. He letting that defense do the work for him. Robert Saleh got some dogs on that defense. That defense is for real. That offense and that offensive line is something that is suspect.
Last point on Philly though, real quick. I know most Philly fans are like in a don't panic type of mentality, but I think Melly, I think you hit it right on the head with Jalen Hurts missing Shane Steichen, because when I see Philly, I don't think I've seen a fun Philly game yet this year, right? Like I feel like they just want to show up and try to pound the pill and try to lean on you and get up out of there. And then Lane Johnson goes down and gets hurt this week. And all of a sudden, them runs ain't hitting like they was hitting, right? And it's like, now you need to manufacture explosives in a new creative way, because last year the run game was, in the QB run game in particular, mixed in with the RPO, was such a shell shock, right, to the league. And you can manufacture explosive by, okay, AJ Brown, it's your time to go deep now, because they got to put 8 in the box. They can't stop the run. And now that's kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's boxed, but it's like they're not really getting to that third. It's like 3 levels you got to get to. They're not getting to that third level in that offense where they can manufacture those explosives anymore.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of it with AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying? Him after the catch, he going for 3 tugs a game.
Yep.
You know, he going deep. We see it here and there because he's that type of guy who could break a 50-yard, 40-yard catch. You know, get some yak.
If Philly bring this offense, this boring offense to Dallas, I promise you, Dallas wins that game.
Well, they're gonna get to him, bro. They're gonna get to him, especially if they ain't got Lane Johnson. But that defense is holding them in the games. And what I really think is missing right now is we not seeing a lot of Devontae Smith.
No, we're not.
We still seeing AJ Brown, but Devontae Smith, like I feel like he need to be more involved. Like, I know AJ Brown wanted his touches, this and that, but you're gonna have to need AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. But that's enough on the Birds, man. I don't really want to talk about them. I do want to talk about the stat that Dallas had though.
Which one? Talk to me.
That if you was talking about that offense, I don't mean to backtrack, but they pressured Justin Herbert on 43% of dropbacks.
Yeah. Couldn't get home though.
Couldn't get home, but that pressure was enough. That pressure is enough. And if they doing that, they're gonna give them boys a problem. They're gonna get the Eagles a problem.
Do you want to get into that game right now while we're here? I was about to push a narrative about how everyone loves to say Dak pick Scott, stuff like that.
Dak pick Scott.
All Dak do is throw picks, right? And I was going to talk about how Dak is like, I don't know, like 17th right now for most picks thrown. Jalen Hurts is 1. right? Like there's 16 guys in between before you get to Dak. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to talk about CeeDee Lamb, man, because last night, Monday Night Football, CeeDee put on a show. He didn't get into the end zone, but he had 7 catches for $117. And this is what I expected from CeeDee against San Fran, and it just we never got to it. And it was frustrating to watch because you see, if you throw the ball in CeeDee's vicinity, he's coming down with it. And this is what I've been waiting to see in this offense is some more vertical stretching plays, attacking downfield more, and letting CeeDee be CeeDee, letting Mike G be Mike G, right? Mike G didn't play great, but what he did was he forced the defense to, all right, we got to back up a little bit now. Now Dak can, on first down, hit a 10-yard curl instead of turning around and hand the ball off every time. And now he can get in more of a rhythm. He throws for 270 yards, no picks, right? Good day by Dak. Touchdown on the ground. But come on now, like CeeDee, man, balling. Can we get him more involved every week?
Mike McCarthy got a pivot, bro. He's stuck on this, and they said it. Troy Aikman said it last night. Is they want to run the damn ball, but every game you can't just sit back and run the damn ball, especially not into that buzzsaw in the Bay.
Especially when you can't run the damn ball. You haven't been able to do it all year. We got backup linemen out here, right? Like, when have we ever been able to run the ball all year? Not once. We couldn't even run the ball against Arizona.
He still want to do it though. He still want to do it. I'm not seeing a lot of creativity. I'm not seeing a lot of creativity. Going to CeeDee Lamb early, what they was doing with Brandon Cooks, what they was trying to do with Tony Pollard in the passing game, not in the running game.
Yep.
But you got to get more creative, especially in the red zone. Like, too many times I'm sitting back, I get it. If you're on like the half-yard line, 2-yard line, hand the ball off 2 times, maybe.
Yeah.
But you on the red, you on the 15. Come on, let's spice it up. Let's do something.
We run an ISO right at him.
We run an ISO. Can we run a screen? Can we do something? A draw? Something?
Yeah.
Something off what you already ran. It's so bland. It's vanilla. Like, I need to see some. I need to see some creativity out there, and I'm not seeing it out of Mike McCarthy's offense.
Yep. And like I wanted to talk about a couple weeks ago, this point has kind of got hammered home recently because Troy Aikman talked about it last night, and you just mentioned it. Our red zone offense going from first to worst, right, over the last couple of years. And I told y'all, Kellen Moore has been a wagon, dude. Like, I loved Kellen Moore, but I know he probably peaked. He plateaued in Dallas, right? He kind of peaked. And I guess the style of football he was coaching not mesh with what McCarthy's vision was for Dallas. So I understand he has to go. But if you're willing to let this guy go, Mike, you got to come with some heat, bro. You can't let him go and turn the number 1 scoring offense in the league into the 28th. You know what I mean? Like, we're not that bad. We're not that. But I'm just saying you can't do that. You got to be confident that you can get the job done if you're letting the hottest young name in coaching walk out the door.
Yeah, bro. I don't like that decision. But let's rewind because we skipped over another big upset.
Okay.
That happened in Cleveland to my team again. Rough week.
Sick.
Rough week. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little tired. But Cleveland. It was ugly. This is a Cleveland game. Ugly. It was dirty. It was rainy. It was cold. 3-hour time difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's nasty, but no excuses. They get out there, first drive going well. Christian McCaffrey goes in and scores. And then everything start going to shit. Trent Williams go down. Christian McCaffrey go down. Debo go down.
Wait, Trent Williams got hurt too? I didn't watch the game.
He got hurt, but he came back. But,
okay.
Yeah, bro. So it's looking crazy. It's looking spooky. Friday the 13th was over, but damn. Like, I'm like, bro, come on now. It was the witching hour in the second quarter. Like,
yeah.
Come on. PJ Walker out there wheeling and
I heard Brock Purdy couldn't complete a pass past 10 yards, bro. What happened? The Brock Purdy I seen against Dallas was completing whole shots over the middle, splitting cover 2 safeties.
What I seen on this with this weather, it was raining, it was cold, it was wet, somewhere between 20 mile per hour winds. It would been hard to throw the ball anyway.
I got you.
The books had him over 200 yards, like plus 100. Like
Okay.
so the book. I'm looking at the book and I'm looking at that. I'm like 200 yards. That's easy for him. And then I'm looking at the weather report in Cleveland. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not touching that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not touching his yards at all. So he played bad, but when it was a gotta have it drive, he got him to the red zone, put it in the hands of a Michigan man,
Don't do that,
and
bro. Don't do that, bro. That's not necessary.
and he missed the kick. He missed the kick, bro. We got to talk facts here. He missed the kick.
He
You a
did, but
third,
he okay.
you a third
You
rounder. You a third rounder. I seen you hit these game winners. I seen you hit them game winners for the block M. I seen you hit it for the Wolverines.
you want to talk about putting it in the hands of a Michigan man, but did Kyle Shanahan really set him up for success the best way he could have?
Wow.
Right? Like, I'm pretty sure that was not like, I'm pretty sure he could have ran a couple more plays and got him an easier field goal, if I'm not mistaken. Because that game came on after, what game came on first? Was it Minnesota?
Jazz.
After the Minnesota game, Fox switches over to this game. I watched the whole last drive, bro.
Not Jazz. That was the easiest field goal he was gonna get. You a third round kicker.
It's on grass in a monsoon, like you just said, bro.
Listen to me, bro. But this was
my
the
kicker
most
for 41.
Listen, bro. In an ideal situation,
Talk to me.
in these conditions, it's straight on.
Okay.
It's straight on. It's a straight on kick. Good hold. Straight on kick. You're a third rounder. I've seen you do this countless times at Michigan.
I blame Kyle.
I'm not shooting him no bail. I'm not shooting him no bail. But the rest of the team, Fred Warner did a good job of saying, hey, we had other opportunities to win the game, which is correct. But do your damn job. I'm not Fred Warner. I'm not your teammate.
Nope.
Make the damn kick. Make the damn kick.
All right. He got to make that kick. You're right, bro. I just had to give you a hard time about it. I wasn't going to let you off that easy. A kicker? Come on, bro. This is San Fran we talking about. 9.5 point spread against a backup quarterback, and y'all relying on a rookie kicker to get y'all out of there. Come on, bro. I couldn't let you off that easy.
This not any kicker. This is a third round kicker.
Rookie.
From our team that we root for, that we've seen kick game winners. Like a fire drill game winner, I've seen him kick. True. Harder than that. So, no excuses for bro. Now, did we have another upset this week? Think about it.
Well, we had a nasty game out of Buffalo. That was the other New York game where the Giants shut Buffalo, the high scoring power wagon, what they call it. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, right? Shut them niggas out for 3 straight quarters. I was getting worried. I don't know about y'all, but I'm like, are the Bills going to score on the Giants tonight? Or are they really about to get shut out in New York by Lil Big Bro, who was the Giants? It was just an awful, awful, awful game. But Josh Allen said after the game, he's like, yeah, we don't care how we do it. We don't care if it's ugly. We don't care if it's sloppy. We're just here to get a win. I mean, how do you feel about that? I feel like it was a London hangover effect, right? Like them boys flew out to London on a short week, had to fly out there, play Jacksonville, got absolutely blasted by Jacksonville, dominated by Jacksonville, who was there for 2 weeks straight, right? That was expected. And then they flying back here and they're playing in prime time against an in-state rival. So, I mean, not rival, but in-state opponent. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I felt like there was excuses and it was a great trap game. But with Tyrod Taylor out there, I didn't expect the Bills to actually get trapped. And it wasn't even their defense that was bad. It was their offense.
Yeah, it was their offense that was bad. And they have all the injuries on defense.
You talking about Milano?
Milano, Tre'Davious White, trying to get Von Miller back up to speed.
Yeah,
I think that another safety, maybe a safety. I'm not sure, but anywho, No excuse. No excuse for them not to absolutely dominate the Giants, bro, in that game. No
Yeah.
excuse. But I'll give credit where credit is due. Diggs did do his thing, Caleb. I'll give credit where credit is due to the Giants defense. And Okereke balled
Bobby.
out. Balled out.
Yes, sir.
All game. He came to play. He came to play. That defense came to play. They did not lay down. They did not say, "Oh, since we ain't got our starting quarterback, we ain't gonna play hard." No, they came out there. They came out there and they played hard the whole entire game, and they gave their offense a shot at the end of the game with questionable PI. In my opinion, the Giants won that game, but it's like how we talked about before again.
Dave all didn't help him, but yep.
Coach, QB, program.
The program.
My finger messed up, but hey, the Holy Trinity just drugged that one out for him.
Yeah.
And Diggs. The extra little sprinkle across the top.
Yeah, a little playmaker sprinkle. You know, playmaker's a little alternate to the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, dog. So
it's
I think
forehead.
All in all, I wanted the Giants to win that game because they played to win.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they ball ain't help. So
yep. Desmond Ritter is garbage, and so is Baker Mayfield.
He is garbo.
I didn't even, bro. See, that's how you know that just came out my heart because I didn't even really want to get to Desmond Ritter throwing that pick.
Bro, I told y'all.
What? What did you tell us? What?
When you and Sela was sitting on this podcast,
we predicted him to be an all-pro quarterback.
Telling me about the Dirty Birds, and I told y'all Desmond Ritter was ass. He's ass.
What did we say? I'll tell you exactly what I said.
They dumb picks. They dumb picks.
If he can manage the game and play turnover-free football, he has a great running attack and some good high percentage weapons on the outside to throw the ball to. He's not checking every box, right? He's not taking care of the football. He's giving it away.
He getting outside.
I said if was a fifth, then we all be drunk, but it's not. I said if. Now, that being said, are they not still tied for first place in the South? Are they not about to play Tampa Bay this weekend and bang it out for first place in the South? Do you really think Baker Mayfield is that much better?
Yes. Yes. Give me Baker.
I don't think Baker is that much better than Ritter right now. After what I just saw against Detroit.
He missed
throws. Can we pivot?
Throws.
No, he did not miss throws. All right, let's pivot.
All right. So I think Desmond Ritter got outside himself. He might have thought he was Patrick Mahomes for a while or something, trying to throw back across the body, running around the field. You know, he got a little 300-yard game, and then he thought he was him and forgot he was Desmond Ritter. But hopefully they bounce back. Hopefully y'all prediction come to fruition. And they handle business. Because I don't know what's going on. But it's
still gonna be all right, bro.
Give me
Dirty Birds, bro.
Give me Faker Mayfield.
CeeLo, let me talk about Baker, bro. I'm gonna get him. Don't trip, because he hurt a lot of us this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. So what I was alluding to when I was saying Desmond Ritter can't be that much worse than Baker is the fact that Dave Canales, the OC in Tampa, is out here dialing perfect shots in high, variant situations, right? These are third downs. These are second downs deep in opponent territory, right? Like times where you need a bucket. Baker, there's one where Mike Evans is running by himself, completely blown coverage. The safety comes down and bites on the play action, and you just throw the ball at the defensive lineman's arm. You threw the ball 7 feet off the ground. He's 30 yards downfield. That ball wasn't even going to get there. What are we doing? Baker was awful, bro, and he absolutely lost him in this game because I'll tell you why. Detroit is a run-first team. Their top two running backs were out, and Jared Goff was forced to put the ball in the air to win this game. Now, Jared Goff did that. Jared Goff went 30 for 44, 353 yards, 2 tutties, right? But at the end of the day, he only put up 20 points, bro. He put up 20 points, and it was a struggle to even get there. My point is, every single time Tampa Bay came out there on third down, I said, all right, they're about to punt. It's a turnover. Every single time Jared Goff and the Lions came out there on third down, I said, watch out. St. Brown, Reynolds, somebody about to be open. Laporta. I'm like, Jared Goff is going to convert this. It got to the point where I'm like, every single time it's third down, I had faith that Jared Goff would convert it. At the end of the game, when Baker had a chance to cover the spread, which no one cares about, he had chance after chance. And what does he do? He soiled his diaper. That's what you said, Caleb. That boy soiled his diaper time after time, bro. Just did not rise to the occasion. And I don't know, bro. I mean, like, at this point, I'm over Baker. Just when he was just starting to, sway me again. Like, okay, maybe Baker can do it. No, he can't.
I was never on him, but it seemed like somebody in that division, they quarterback is going to play them out of that spot because they all have a good, probably except for, like Carolina, all have a good chance of taking the cake.
Yeah.
But they just they find ways to lose games, like creatively.
Yep.
They're creatively finding ways to take L's. Like the Falcons, it should have been no reason why they just couldn't get that dub. They just couldn't get that dub in the red zone. Then you get another chance again. Your defense get you another chance again. Pick again.
Won't just get the ball to Bijan. Like,
yeah.
What are we doing?
And then the Bucks. It wasn't a division game, but wide open passes. I can't say I watched the whole Bucks Lions game because I was kind of like, the Lions whooping them. Like Baker not looking like itself. We looking trash.
I was at my dad's house, so I had to watch the whole game. The whole entire game. Baker, bro, I sent in the group chat. I
never was on Baker.
Fitzpatrick was playing for the Buccaneers. The Bucks would have won this game today.
I wasn't even. I was never on Baker. I picked the Saints, and the Saints is scaring the shit out of me every week.
They're just as bad in the QB room.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, it's gonna be whoever tighten up towards the end of the year, bro.
At this point, we just gotta bet on defense, bro. Like, who got the best defense down there? Probably Tampa. Probably. Maybe New Orleans.
Probably, but they
could be Atlanta. I don't know who got the best defense down there, bro.
Well, it been the Saints. Like, I'm not gonna say it been the Saints, but the Saints been like in that debate with the Bucks.
Yep,
consistently. I'm going back and forth. Like, I say 1A, 1B. You could pick whatever, but that's enough on the poop QB play. Cause that conference. I mean, not the conference. The division just.
10.5, Baker. Just cover the 10, dude. Just cover the 10.
Yeah, he couldn't cover the 10.
Every
time I look up, he was missing the pass.
It was the same story all night, bro. It was just a high key. Like, every single time they needed one, that's when he could not do it. When they didn't need one, he'd throw a dime. But if it's 3rd and 10, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6, he's not giving you nothing.
No.
But I'm looking right now at the division standings, right? Looking around the league. Is there anything or any team, I should say, that is standing out to you as possibly a sleeper to win a division at plus money right now?
Who is that? Who is that plus money?
I'll run through it real quick. Miami is leading the East. Baltimore leading the North. Jacksonville 4-2 leading the South. There's some sleeper money on Houston, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I like what Houston doing. I like what Houston doing a lot.
There's a little sleeper potential there. CJ Stroud has the least picks out of all starters in the league right now with only 1. Every other at least decent quarterback has thrown at least 4. Kansas City is about to run away with the West. Vegas is quietly at 2 in the West. And I think the Chargers play KC next, so that's not going to help them at all. Dallas and Philly, right? They're 1 game apart. Dallas is in 2nd. Philly's in 1st, of course, at 5-1.
The way Philly playing, I think they might get them boys. But
yeah, I take Dallas. They probably plus money.
Hold on real quick. Give yours, and then I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna be right back.
Go ahead.
Hold
on. There's potentially if y'all really, really like that, there's some money to be made in the NFC West right now. And you're saying, bro, what? San Fran's a wagon. If one of San Fran's crazy overpowered weapons goes down, they're not the same team. As we just saw, they lost to Cleveland, right? Cleveland's a good defense, probably the best defense in the league right now. But hear me out. Now, Seattle had a lot of chances to win that game against Cincy. They didn't get it done. But Seattle's 3-2 right now. San Fran's 5-1. They're yet to play each other, I believe. Yo, the Rams are 3-3. They're right there too. I really think there's a chance that Seattle can still sneak out of the West, bro. Say a McCaffrey goes down and you double that down with a Debo, right? Like what just happened? Is Brock Purdy going to be the guy that's going to lead them through the rest of their season? They're playing a first place schedule. They got a tough schedule down the stretch. So I'm just thinking like Seattle's got to be plus 300, yo. It can't be that bad of a bet, bro. All right.
I don't think so. You saying Seattle gonna
I'm
be
just talking
long chance?
Long shots here, right?
Long shots are trying to swing it. See, I think with the way, honestly, Miami playing, that they get another shot at the Bills and they could swing it. They could swing a dub. And the Bills, if they lay an egg, like they've laid an egg the past couple of weeks,
but
I'm thinking Miami.
The only issue is one, I already took Miami to win that division. I think they will still.
Okay.
But the only issue with that is that's probably even money because Miami's in first place right now because Buffalo lost to the Jets. So Miami's what 1-1. Everybody in that division is 1-1, bro. Everybody done touched each other. Pause. New England touched the Jets touched Buffalo touched Miami. And the cycle continues, right? They're all 1-1. It's up for grabs. I think Miami comes out of that.
I mean, if you really want it, I feel like a long shot might be the Brownies.
The Browns are 1 game back right now, 3-2. They're in third place under Pittsburgh because they lost to.
They lost to the Ravens.
The Browns lost. Yeah, they're 1-2 in the division. Who else did they lose to Pittsburgh? Am I tripping? Cleveland? Cleveland's 1-2 in the division. They beat Cincy. Yeah, they beat Cincy. They lost to Pittsburgh and they lost to Baltimore.
Well, never mind it. I feel like that's tough. I'm trying to win all them games. And then I don't see the Ravens falling that far. But if he was going for a long shot.
Houston, Seattle, Dallas is not that long, but they'll be plus money. Those are my favorites right now. My top 3.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else. I don't think anybody dethrones Kansas City.
Detroit running away with the North.
Yeah, Detroit. That's
not even close.
That ain't even nothing to touch. Everybody in that division is suspect, except for the Lions. That's crazy to say, ain't it? Everybody in the division suspect except for the Lions.
Life crazy, ain't it? Oh, what 2 years in a trade can do.
Talking to people who don't watch football like year in and year out, hear about the Lions is crazy because they still think the Lions is like poop.
Yeah. They're still like, y'all got to understand being in Michigan, when the Lions win, like there's a buzz around the city, at least where I'm from, right? I'm not even from Detroit. And everybody's like, the Lions won. A random old 60-year-old, good, nice, wholesome Michigan white woman. The Lions won. That was a good game. Do you see that? Or, I'm wearing a little Lions hat or something. Yeah. Hey, the Lions are looking all right. Like, it's a surprise to everybody here. Besides the
I was watching the first game with Taryn Parents, and like I know they didn't make the playoffs last year, but they like, oh, the Lions? You want to watch the Lions? I'm like,
right.
Yeah, like I'm about to watch it's gonna be a good game. It's one of the best offenses that's about to play each other. It's about to be a slugfest, and then the Chiefs get out there and have a terrible offensive showing. So I'm like, who would have thunk it? But if you was watching the show, you would have thunk it.
Hey, any surprises in the league right now? My surprise would be Detroit's defense. Now that we're talking about Detroit, like my biggest surprise this season, one would probably be Detroit's defense being elite. I mean, absolutely elite. They're shutting everybody down. My other biggest surprise is probably What? It would have to be. I just had one. I could say CJ Stroud playing incredibly, but I'm not that surprised. You know, he's my Lord and Savior, CJ. Come on
Shut
now.
up, man.
My
Shut up.
guy. I
I
didn't
told
expect
you,
anything less.
man. I was Rams offense pre Cooper Cup surprising. Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Facts.
It was very Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua is the surprise of the year.
Yeah, that's good one. Minnesota being awful is actually surprising to me too.
No.
Like 2-4. I thought they'd be 4-2, 3-3 right now.
Statistics say that if you win that many one-score games, the next year you're gonna be on the other side of that bell curve.
Right, but it's not like it was the same exact team coming out there, right? They made a lot of changes. They even changed defensive coordinator, right? And I thought that they would be a team moving different. After what we seen Brian Flores do in Miami, he built that Miami defense out of scratch. I thought he'd do the same thing in Minnesota, and their defense has been awful, atrocious, an abomination, an absolute debacle.
And they never fixed their offensive line issue.
Nope.
So
you want to answer this question from Mr. Edwards here?
How far
he
the
says,
Lions make it
yep.
and final record? They win a division, they get a home playoff game, get a bye. I'm always scared. They get not a bye. Well, they get a home playoff game. They get a home playoff game.
They could be number one overall seed. They could get a bye.
Nah, but I think they get a home playoff game. They win a division. Final record 10-7.
10-7.
11.
Yo, Detroit, he has no faith in y'all.
I feel like 11-6 is rich. This is 17 games that throw me, bro.
Yeah, Detroit's going 12.
12? I'll give you.
They're going 12-5, yo. Because they already won 2 games that I thought were losses on their schedule. They won at Green Bay in Green Bay. And I really thought they was going to lose to Tampa Bay here. They beat the Chiefs, right? We didn't know Kelsey wasn't going to be there at that point. But the Lions are going 12-5 at worst, bro. At worst.
Let me see something. All right, so
they got the Ravens, L, Raiders, dub, Chargers, dub, Bears, dub, Packers, L, Saints, dub, Bears, L.
What's up with you with the Packers, man? You pick the Packers every time.
Broncos, dub, Vikings, L, Cowboys, L, Vikings, dub. I don't know what I just calculated there. Somebody can go back and do the math.
You said an L. You said an L to the Ravens.
Yes.
You said an L to the Packers. You said
yes.
An L to the Cowboys.
Yes, and an L to the Vikings.
And an L to the Vikings.
That's 12-5.
To these Vikings?
That's 12-5. Yeah, them boys going 12-5, bro. Now, how far do they go? That's the good question, right? So they'll be playing a wild card team. The way it's looking, that'll be Dallas or whoever comes out the NFC South. Could be Atlanta. No, it'll probably be Seattle. I'm thinking.
Do you think they're gonna play Seattle?
Say San Fran wins the West. Seattle's gonna be a wild card team. Whoever doesn't win the East out of Dallas and Philly is gonna be a wild card team. The Lions are not winning a playoff game this year. I'm sorry, guys. They'll go 12-5 though. We'll build off it.
That's gonna be the story. For some reason, the Seahawks got their number.
Yes, they do, and so does Dallas. It's just 2 bad matchups for them, bro.
Okay.
And if Dallas wins the East, Philly, you taking Detroit over Philly in a playoff game?
Yeah,
I don't think I'm there yet.
This Philly team. I don't know because we got like mid-year adjustments that's gonna go on, and teams hit strides, and you get surprise teams like the Jags last year that won 6 games straight to get back in it and all this other shit. But
that would be like the Packers this year, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that'd be like the Packers. But the Packers had a run. The Packers had a run last year where the Lions killed.
Facts. Revenge spot playoffs round 1.
Yeah,
How
I
sick
think
would the Lions be? Lions fans would be so mad if they lose to the Packers in round 1 in their chosen year. Yeah, that'd be tragic. I don't even want to put that out there.
I don't see it. I don't want to pick that up. We all know the Lions are gonna turn back the same old Lions. I'm not gonna wish injuries on them. I'm not gonna predict injuries on them either. But I feel like some Lions tendencies may show, maybe against a team like a Saints with a tougher defense. I think it's gonna be teams with tougher defenses.
Agreed.
Because that's gonna be the issue for me. And Johnson take the foot off the gas as soon as the offense get in the rhythm.
He does. He goes into ball protect mode really early, extremely early.
I think they need another. The running back thing is gonna be an issue for me. That's where That's the biggest glaring flaw is the running back health, because we've seen David Montgomery out of like 2 games due to some injuries, and then Jahmyr Gibbs. For some reason, they want a bruiser back, but they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round. It's crazy. For a change of pace back then, that's crazy.
I mean, I was gonna say they signed Montgomery before the draft, so they knew they had him in their back pocket. They already had the bruiser, so.
But you need another bruiser now.
Yeah,
just said Scoop Fat Lenny, Scoop Leonard Fournette. Why not?
In golf, we trust, bro. Let Jared lead them to 12-5 to the promised land.
I'm not sold on that. I'm thinking 11. I'm thinking 11-6.
I can see that too, because that Saints one, that's a good. You just threw that out there. That might be a good trap game.
That's a game, bro. Because I feel like if they got, listen, bro, because this how the game's gonna go. They're gonna play the Ravens next week. The Ravens pissed off, but they coming back. They coming back from a game, so they may beat the Ravens.
The Ravens is coming back from London.
They coming back. They beat the this was gonna happen. This my prediction. They gonna beat the Ravens. Beat
in
the
Baltimore.
Raiders.
In Baltimore. Let me add that.
In Baltimore. Come back around. Go to LA. Lose to LA. Lose to LA.
Okay.
Beat the Bears. Maybe lose to the Packers. Lose to the Saints. Because I don't see them dropping 2 straight. They're going to beat the Bears.
Yep.
Then they lose 2 straight. Come back, beat the Bears again. Packers, Saints. That's 2 L's.
Jeez.
Then they come back with a good game against the Bears, the Broncos, the Vikes. Lose to the Cowboys, lose to the Vikings.
Exactly.
Well, no, they beat the Vikings.
No, they'll lose week 18 to the Vikings.
Nah.
That'll probably be the one.
Nah.
Actually, no. Yeah, at Minnesota, that's the one they're going to lose. You're right. They're going to lose at Minnesota. Then they're going to fly down to Dallas and get dead like a stripper. We're going to fly them out like an Instagram model. Send them back on their merry way.
Losers. Jags came back to the States hooping. Who did they play, though? They played the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, too, that you got to remember. It's death taxes and Jags over Colts in Jacksonville. The Jags don't lose to the Colts at home. Remember that year when Jonathan Taylor and Carson Wentz was supposed to go make a playoff run? They got to just get a dub against like the 2-14 Jags. They go down to Jacksonville. Or they're like, no, Jacksonville's like 1-14, 1-15. And Jacksonville gets their second win of the year against the Colts, who have to win to get in the playoffs. Like, just knock them out, bro. Like, they just don't win in Jacksonville. So, yeah, that's overpowering anything, bro.
That was disgusting. I feel like that ruined the parlay. It had to.
Oh, it definitely did, bro. That was the first year I was betting, too. I said, I'm done. I'll never bet again.
Yeah. Bad beats.
We got 2 more things to cover before we get out of here.
What's the word?
Quick ones. We got the battle for the good old Paul Bunyan Trophy this weekend. Michigan State. Predictions. What
You already
got?
know how I'm rocking. 60-0. No, I think, all right, 45-7. 45-10. 45-10.
All right. So I was thinking about this earlier today. Every single time we're in East Lansing, by the way, every single time I'll say Michigan's a great team or a very good team, and State is just a solid or average team, State covering that spread no matter what. State gonna play harder. They're gonna have more to fight for. But this is not that situation, bro. This is not a on the verge, being good, borderline bowl Sparty team. No, this ain't it. This is green weenies in their worst form I've ever seen them in. This is, yeah, thank you, Caleb.
Minus 21.5.
Caleb said this will be the worst loss to Michigan in school history. I'm almost there, bro. I'm thinking Michigan by 30, 31. So whether that's what State will manufacture 10 to 14 points, Michigan will hang close to 50, 47. Like, yeah, it's gonna be bad, bro.
Yeah, because this I've watched a lot of Michigan State football this year and Michigan football, and bro, this is the first year where I feel like JJ McCarthy is doing the full gambit of what he's supposed to be doing at quarterback. Jim Harbaugh called it AP quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He got all the levels, his levels to this shit. He went from just being a read option guy to now he has the full keys to this offense. And he's comfortable. And it's not, and it, you know, like he's not gonna lose in the game. He's gonna elevate him in the game. He don't force nothing. So I don't see Michigan State forcing him into anything. No. If anything, they go live for another down or he uses his legs. Got Corum on the ground. Michigan State can't stop a nosebleed in the air. Roman Wilson in it. Roman Wilson over. Roman Wilson anytime. We got Cornelius Johnson over.
Colson Loveland over. Loveland over. Let me check the weather real quick. In EL Saturday, 40% chance rain, 51 degrees. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Maybe stay a little bit away from the receivers.
42-3.
But Roman Wilson anytime, Donovan Edwards anytime, Corum anytime. Michigan minus 28.5. That's the parlay.
Yep.
And boost.
Now, there's one more. One more we got to cover. Because we are Big Ten country fellas, right? We got Penn State going to the shoe at noon. Fox, Gus Johnson on the call. Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr., marvelous. It don't get no better than this, right? We got Nick Singleton and Katron Allen coming to the building. Drew Aller, the young QB at Penn State. I think Penn State wins this game at the shoe.
I do not think they win this game. They got the best player on the field. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. Nobody got an answer for him, bro. Nobody has it. Nobody has the answer. The tape is out and nobody got the answers. The book is out and nobody got the answers.
Okay. But do they have the answers for Kyle McCord? I think they might, right? That pass rush is gonna get there. I like how Chop Robinson been playing on the defense side this year. Bro, mm-hmm. I really think Ohio State's probably better than Penn State defensively, but I think Penn State's more well-rounded. They know who they are. They have a better identity. Offensively, they know they have way better balance, right? Ohio State's still struggling to run the ball at this point of the year. Like, what are we doing? This is Ohio State. Y'all should be running the ball with ease. This is what I grew up on, at least. Watching Zeke and Beanie Wells and Boom Herron and J.K. Dobbins, all these dudes running the ball all over the country. Come on, bro. What's going on, Ohio State? Carlos Hyde. Come on, bro.
You know what? I'm still gonna go Ohio State. But that being said, this the game where Drew Aller proved it to me. That he really Drew Aller is the one that's gonna win him this game.
Agreed.
If it's not going to be the running backs, Drew Aller is going to have to win them this game.
Yep. Hey,
Simple as that.
hold on. What's good name? Ryan Day. Penn State's tougher than you. Y'all saw. That's why y'all gonna lose. Call me out after the game, nigga. Yes,
Oh my
Penn
God.
State is tougher than y'all.
I hope
and
Penn
they're gonna
State
beat
does.
y'all up in the trenches, real bad. Like beat y'all up for real.
So what? We Katron Allen anytime.
Take
what's the other-
Nick. Take Katron for 2. Nick Singleton for 1. This will be a low scoring game though, so we got to hit on everyone, right? Marvin Harrison for 1.
Yeah,
Maybe
Harrison.
Is Maya Williams even playing? Maybe
Can I
Maya Williams.
throw his yards on that? Can I throw his yards on that because
What you think?
ain't nobody covering, bro.
What you thinking for yards?
His line probably open up at 80, 90, ain't it?
Oh, at least. It's going to be 57 and sunny in Columbus.
Oh, yeah, he's going over.
Ohio State's favored by 4. That's ridiculous to me, bro.
He's going over. Give me a touchdown. He might go for 110.
Hey, I'll tell you who's going to score for Ohio State, though. It's going to end up being Case over. That's been McCord's, like, safety blanket, the tight end.
Oh, his catches is money.
Yeah.
His receptions,
his reception is definitely going to be money.
Yep. So I might not put Marv. I'm gonna put Marv touchdown on there. He going for 90 plus and a tud. Give me Stover catches and Ohio State plus 10.5.
All right. Yep.
Boost it.
Love it. I'll take Katron Allen anytime. Nick Singleton anytime. Cade Stover anytime. And then we'll go Penn State plus 3.5.
Cool. So you just reversing it. I think that's money, man. I think that's money. You know, hopefully my Ducks bounce back this week against Cam Ward and Washington State.
We didn't even talk about Washington State. Golly. They got abused by, what was that, Arizona?
Yeah. Real bad.
Abused.
Real bad. So I want to see Bo Nix drop his nuts this week and not act like he just a all right quarterback, and he actually was in the Heisman race because that shit over now. So
over with.
Hopefully he could just play loose and be free. Play your game, son. Stop being a front runner. Yeah, man. We got any last minute narratives before I cut this joint off?
The Heisman is Drake Mays to lose now that he got Tez Walker and Caleb just had a bad game on national TV. So it is Drake Mays to lose from now on.
You don't think it's Michael Penix's to lose?
Or Michael Penix. One of those two. Those are your two guys.
Is Jordan Travis out the Heisman race officially? Or
probably.
He's still undefeated. But because you know that boy, Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
You see his catch? We didn't even talk about that. He's filthy. He is disgusting. Did y'all see Keon Coleman, what he did to them boys?
Real Sparty dog.
He looked like a man amongst children. I ain't even gonna say boys. He had them look like children. Oh my God. What they be saying? That's all the DB heard. That's all the DB heard. 4 for 6.
That's it.
He's 7-11 too. Shout out to Jamar Chase. They always open. They always open.
Always.
Yeah, I'll call a helmet sticker to get us up out of here, man. I'm finna shoot us out the jail. This has
been a pleasure as always.